Welcome to video lecture series on optical communication. I am Kanakadurga from St. Peter's Engineering College, working as an associate professor in electronics and communication department. I want to discuss on point-to-point links in the optical communication. So, what's the point-to-point links of optical communication is connection with respect to one-to-one interaction of the link from transmitting section to the receiving section, only one-to-one and going to be there. That type of connection or link we are going to be call it as a one-to-one link. Nothing but we are going to be mainly going to having one-to-one point of contact from transmitting section to receiving section. That type of optical communication we are going to call it as point to point links. The design of optical links involves many related interrelated of variables such as fibers, source of photodetectors, operating characteristics, and the link design of analysis are so many points we have to consider. How much the signal has been transmitted and how much it has been undergone for the noise session, or the damaging of the signal has been occurred or not, or the analysis we have to do for analysis budget lighting, but where I have to keep the regenerator. For all the budget analysis it requires for how much the equipment we have to place over of regenerating circuit from transmitting session to receiving session, what type of sources we have to use, what type of detectors I have to use in the receiving section. We had to concentrate, or when we go for budget analysis of optical communication purpose. So what the point to point links, the key system requirements needed for the link are the desired transmission distance, data rate or channel bandwidth, and bit error rate, and the major requirement to transfer the data from source to detector. Light sources, nothing but optical sources like LEDs or lasers, are going to generate the light energy, converting of electrical energy to light energy, and it going to generate light energy, and it can be passed or transported through the optical fiber cable. And at the receiving session, whatever transported of light energy has to be detected. Even though signal strength is weak, the detector has to detect the light signals and has to go for amplification process. That are the major things for communication of optical. The three sessions are very important. So what are the light sources of having the selection, how to do for point to point links are, we have to consider mainly emission wavelength, how much the light source is able to going to release the wavelength, whatever the cable is compatible or not with respect to the emission of wavelength of light sources. And next one is what is the output power of the light source, and the number of emitting modes of the LED having. If have to then depending upon the modes of the thing, we have to go for either single mode optical fiber or multi mode optical fiber. We have to think about mainly with respect to transmitting session and with respect to light sources, with respect to the optical cable is compatible or not, in order to transmit the proper signal through the medium to the receiving section. So generally the LEDs and lasers, LDs are light sources are going to be used for the in the transmitting section, and the cost of the LED is going to be less when compared with the laser diode, but laser will have less lifetime, and LED will have longer lifetime. When compares with the cost, LEDs are less, lasers are more. And what are the advantages LEDs having? It can be moderately with respect to the high speed, and they produce a greater optical power, and coupling efficiency is more, nothing but whatever the input signal is there, that will be directly given to the optical fiber without any loss. Most of the losses cannot be there. So LEDs are going to be preferably used, and one of the major advantages, it is a low cost. Preferably we are going to use the light sources as being LEDs. So next, optical fiber cable. What type of optical fiber cable I have to choose for in order to link between the light sources to the optical cable? Mainly we have to see the core size. Whatever the light ray released by the light source can be compactably sended through the optical cable or not. Whatever the wavelength has been released by the optical source can be sended through this core size or not. And the core refractive index profile is uniformly is there or not, depending upon what type of mode we are using. And the refractive index is going to be good with respect to the core refractive index profile, we have to verify. And the bandwidth of the optical fiber cable, and any dispersions can be are going to be there or not, we have to see. And how much the attenuation is going to be there with respect to the optical fiber with respect to their length, for how much for 1 kilometer the optical fiber cable will have the attenuation, so that we can estimate how much the light source of the power we are giving at the transmitting session, and has been transmitting. Suppose simple example, this is the light source and it will be sent for optical cable. Suppose I am sending the power of 100 watts. The optical fiber cable having the attenuation 1 watt with respect to 1 kilometer. After 100 kilometers done, it passed the light ray, it going to be totally lost. So that we have to do the analysis where I have to keep the regenerator circuit. Suppose after 50, if I go in, the signal will be reduced to 50% has been reduced after 50 kilometers. If I replace with respect to regenerator circuit, so that the boost up of the signal once again will be done to the 100. So all the things we have to consider when we are considering with respect to the point to point links and the analysis of the things of optical fiber. And we have to concentrate of the numerical aperture or mode field of the diameter. And the numerical aperture can able to send all the light transmitted or not properly with respect to the total internal reflection. And the second session we have to concentrate optical fiber cable can have the two types, like single mode and multi mode. So how many waves we want to send, how many information we have to send, depending upon that we have to choose what type of mode I have to consider. If I want to send only a single information of a signal, then have to go for single mode. If I have more number of information of the signal, then have to choose for multi mode of the concept. And next one is the glass fiber of optical cable will have the lowest attenuation, but the cost of the thing of the cable will be very high. So we have to think about of the budget of optical cable. If the budget analysis is we are going to consider, if the we have to think about either we are considering the cost, or we are going to consider the signal strength. If I am concentrating on the signal strength, then I have to use a glass fiber. Otherwise, if I am concentrating on the cost type of the thing, then we have to go for the other type of fibering of things, the like plastic fibers also we can able to use. But we have to remember, depending upon the distance, all the things of the analysis we have to do. With respect to that only, we have to choose the optical fiber cable. Plastic optical fiber cable is having the highest attenuation, the loss of the signal will be there, and but for the low cost, mainly the plastic fiber cables will be used for shorter distance, since attenuation is more, it cannot be used for longer distance. Normally the glass fiber of the cables are going to be used for longer distance purpose, even though the cost is very high in order to receive the proper signal. Otherwise we have to use more regenerator of the circuits in between, anyhow the cost is going to be increases also. Any one parameter is increasing, another parameter is going to be decreasing. Detectors, when we are going to think about the detectors, mainly we have to see how much the time it is taking in order to detect the signal, responsivity and operating wavelength, what type of suppose I have sended with respect to the 900 nanometers of wavelength of light ray. At the detector side, it has to detect of 900 nanometer, less than plus or minus of 10% can go for the variation. Okay, so how much the variation can it have to detect the light rays? All these things we have to concentrate in the detecting mode of a light signals. So operating wavelength of the detector, is it going to be compatible with respect to the light sources of the optical sources or not, whatever we have transmitted. And the speed of operation of detector should be very high, since the detecting is when at the receiving section, the whatever light rays we have received, that will have the less energy, and having the transmission will be very high in the thing. So such a way that the detector should be in fast responses it's required, the speed of operation is should be more, and the sensitivity is also should be more, since the variations are going to be there. With the smaller variations will itself the signal are going to having variations, since the signals are very less, so sensitivity should be more. And there are two types of photo detectors, mainly one is a pin, another one is a avalanche. Pin is going to be used when we have to receive the signal with which the light intensity of the signal is more at the receiving section, then we can able to use pin photodiode. When the intensity of the light signal is weak, nothing but the signal has been weakened at the receiving section, and variations are very less, even though we have to find the what is the information of the signal, at that time we have to use avalanche photo detectors. The most of the applications, a pin is a preferred element in the receiver, this mainly due to the fact operated the standard power supply typically between 5 to 15 volts, and ABDs are much sensitivity, and between for 5 to 10 dB of more sensitivity, they are twice in the bandwidth. However, they cannot be used for 5 voltage printed circuit board. That's why we are going to preferably use for pin photodiodes. But practically of the scenarios, when the strength of the signal is very less, we can go for avalanche photodiode. But they requires it is a higher cost, and it requires a higher power stability of the power. At the electronic circuits requires only electronic components required less amount of power, so we preferably use the importance for pin photodiodes. So what are the system considerations for point to point link? While the communication system of optical must be considered with respect to receiving combination based on the signal transmitted, like what type of signal I am transmitting, like analog or digital, audio, video, the type of the signals, Depending upon that, we have to choose cables and determine the operating power available, like AC power you are utilizing or DC power we are going to utilize. Determine the special modifications and impedances, bandwidths, and special fiber size. Also calculate how much of power we are giving at the input power and how much it is going to be attenuated, or where I have to go for connector regenerators of the circuit in order to does not lose any signal of information, so that regenerator can go for boosting of the signal and can be sent it back, or in between we can use the amplifiers also. So normally the system considerations, selection of wavelength of operation with respect to shorter distance will be 800 to 900 nanometers. For longer distance will be 1300 to 1550 of nanometers. And selection of particular fiber type, we are going to mainly concentrate on numerical aperture, amount of attenuation, losses and connectors of the slices. How it going to be environmental, with respect to temperature variations and radiation of it, since the temperature cannot be a constant in environment. And with respect to detectors, compared with to APDs, pin are less expensive, so we are going to be consider the pin photodiodes for receiving section or photo detector purpose. When it comes to the light sources, either can use LEDs or lasers, and if you are going to use the LEDs with respect to 150 of Mbps per second, or with at the rate of 800 to 900 nanometers of wavelength is going to be. When it comes to the laser, it going to having transmission capability as 25 gigabytes per second, and it can have the wavelength of 1330 nanometers. However, the lasers are costly and the circuit is very complex. Thank you.